First of all, we have a really outstanding guest today. Usually I have a lot of basketball players, but this is a hockey player, and he's got a lot of accolades. I'm going to read a few of them. His name is LaPier, and he was first team All-Conference, first team All-County, All-Region, two-time MVP. When he played in high school, his team's overall record was 60 wins, only 12 losses, and 2 ties, and that's amazing. And again, he's a two-time MVP. One thing I want to ask right away, MVP or winning? Talk about that. What would you comment about? Which is more important?
Oh, definitely winning. I don't really care about any of that other stuff. I just want the team to do good and, just win. I like winning, so. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I expect, the answer I expected out of you. Why did you pick number 19? Any reason?
It was the COVID year. It was like, I didn't really get to pick my number. They just gave us a number, and I just stuck with it throughout the 4 years.
Is there a chance, as you move on, you want to keep that number?
Next year, no. I'm actually number 9 next year, so I don't keep 19 again.
Can you talk about where you're going to be playing next year?
Yeah, so I'm going up in Canada to play in the CCHL with the Carleton Place Canadians. It's a junior A team.
Where is Carleton? How far away is that so people can maybe come see you play?
It's like 2 hours, 50 minutes, like 3 hours away. It's not too far.
All right. I want you to talk about winning the sectional championship this past year. Especially because I know you've won a couple. So
yeah.
But tell me about that game.
Yeah. I don't know. At the beginning of the year, everybody was doubting us, because we were all a young team. We were a young team. We had 11 freshmen, and we were expected to play Saranac because we didn't think SLP would beat Saranac, and then SLP won. So we were like, we know we can get on their defensemen pretty quick. So we got in the zone. We cycled the puck. We moved our feet. It was just a good overall game, and we pumped them.
Mm-hmm. When you went to the regionals or the states, tell me about that game.
Yeah, that game, Queensberry. We didn't really play our best game there, but we had 16 penalties, and they only had 1. So
wow, I didn't know that.
No, yeah, that was not fun, but not the way I wanted to go out, but it's all right. We moved on, and now we're here.
Sure. Let's say that against Queensberry, you played best out of 7. What do you think it would be?
I think we would have had them. Let's go. We win 4 games out of 7.
Okay, 4-2, 4-3. What would you think?
4-3.
4-3. Wow, it would be a game 7. Okay. Who's your top NHL player ever?
I'll probably go McDavid.
Okay, wow. Yep. Toughest high school opponent?
In the section?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to go Saranac on that one.
Any particular person that would give you fits?
No, they're not really, but it's just they always have good competition over there, and they're well coached, so it's always a battle when we play them.
Okay, after you're done playing at that next level, is college one of your goals?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to play college hockey. I don't know where yet, but just going to play juniors and see what the gates open up there.
Mm-hmm. And I've talked to a lot of people, and they say you have a chance to possibly make the NHL someday. A lot of people say that, and I know that's way in the future, or sometimes not in the future. But your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would be cool, but I still got to work hard every day and just take it day by day because I don't know what it could happen. So just got to keep working.
The poster I just gave you, could you read that?
Yeah.
Please?
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
What's your thoughts on that?
it's a good saying. You know, you got to work hard, but sometimes when people have talent, they don't work as hard as everybody else, and they think they're, I don't know.
Yeah. You work hard. I already found out through a lot of your friends and everything. So, you played in a basketball tournament at Clinton. You guys won the championship. Talk about that a little bit. Gosh.
Yeah, we were just in school, and Nate Parliament asked us to play in the basketball tournament, the AAU tournament, and we all thought he was kidding at first, and then like there was like 3 hockey players went, and we ended up winning the tournament somehow. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
I want you to talk about your best game ever in high school.
Oh boy!
I know that I should have prepared you for that one.
I'd probably say this year at Saranac when we were down 5-2 in the third period.
Wow.
And I didn't really have the best first 2 periods. I played all right, but then the third period I scored 3 and we ended up winning the game. So that was probably the best game this year.
Yeah. And you didn't play Saranac in the sectionals. Who did they lose to?
SLP.
Wow. That must have been a big upset.
Yep.
So I have to ask this question. Who is your favorite substitute teacher?
We'll go Tom Lacey.
Okay. Best dressed substitute teacher?
Oh, you definitely got that one.
I knew he was going to say that, so I had to ask it. So, talk about your football career too. You're an excellent football player too. You guys were close to winning the championship, and talk about the positions you played, and your best game.
Yeah, I played linebacker, and on offense I played wide receiver. The best game this year was probably the first game against Peru. I had a touchdown in that game and a couple of receptions. But yeah, football is fun. The guys are cool. It's just a fun sport.
Mm-hmm. When did you learn to skate backwards?
Oh God, I don't even remember. Probably like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay. The reason I asked that is I have to go back probably 27 years. You weren't even born yet. Maybe even your parents weren't even born yet. But and I don't mean I my first date with my ex-wife, we went to Lake Placid on the oval to swim, to skate. I mean, and I can't skate a lick. And I was falling. I was trying to impress her, and she's skating backwards. I'm falling, and it was an embarrassing date. But I gave it a try, though, you know. And skating backwards, I don't even have a clue how to do that. Gosh, that would be something. I'm going to play a couple tapes here. This one is, I believe, from Nate Parliament. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's get some volume on here.
Zach's not a basketball player, but we got one of his guys that watched him all year and saw how well he played all year. And what you talk about Zach LaPier. This is Nate Parliament.
Yeah, no, I've played with Zach for a while with football and stuff now, and I've grown up with him. He's one of my best friends, and just, the impact he's had as a hockey player and as an athlete at Beekman is pretty incredible. And he's just a great person overall, and just what he's done for our school and things like that. It's just awesome what he's done.
When you played football with him, did he? How many catches did he? Did he catch all your passes?
Yeah, he had quite a few catches. He was a good receiver for us, and he played some middle and outside linebacker, which was he was pretty crucial on our football team. He was a good football player too, but that's how he is. He's an athlete.
All right, thanks, Nate.
Okay, I have another one. This is from Let's see, Coach Frechette. And I think this is. Let's see. Okay. Right.
Right. As this is hockey coach Justin Frechette, the Beekmantown High School coach who won the sectional championship. And on tomorrow's show on Wiry, we have the two-time MVP of the league, Zach LaPier. Coach, anything you want to say to Zach or about Zach and how he's meant to the program?
Yeah, I mean, I think Zach, the word that I would use is explosive. Zach, not only the accolades that he's achieved on the ice, but I think a lot of things that people don't know about Zach are his qualities off the ice. The kind of young man he is, the leader he is in our program, the leadership he's provided our younger players in our program. I could not ask anything more of Zach LaPier, and obviously on the ice, leading the league in points for 2 years, two-time Section 7 MVP, two-time first state all-team player. When you're looking at all-state, you're looking at top 3 forwards in New York State to do that back-to-back years, and to be going up to play in the CJHL.
Oh, I wonder why that cut short. Let's see.
Next season. Could not be more proud of his hard work and effort, and I know he's got great things ahead of him. So we're going to miss him, but like I said, he checks all the boxes, and we're excited about the opportunities and his future.
As you know, the NHL is tough to get into. You never know, right? You never know. He's got that work ethic, he's got the body, the speed, so we're all going to root for him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, just focusing on that next step in the journey. And I think sometimes we always try and look, three jumps ahead. And for Zach, it's just about preparing to go up to Carleton Place Canadians up in the CJHL. We've had some phenomenal hockey players in our area go up to that league. I think back to Jesse Bulris, Glenn Coupel, Dan Kelly, who played many years in the AHL, played a few games with New Jersey Devils, another Beekmantown kid, all played up in that league. And I think if Zach can just focus on the next step and do the things he needs to do to improve his game, I've asked him.
Okay, that's it for that. We can start taking phone calls anytime you guys are ready. And while we're doing that, I'll ask them a few more questions. But you're welcome to call, get as many phone calls as possible. I do have to. I'm going to ask them this question. It's a basketball question. Caitlin Clark or Paige Beckers? I know you're a hockey player, but who's better?
Caitlin Clark.
Okay, you've seen Paige Beckers play, right?
Yeah, I saw him play in the championship against each
Okay. Again, I know there's a whole bunch of people ready to call. Start making your phone calls. I'm hoping Zach's brother Carter calls. I got a few things to say to him. I think I'm going to make him laugh a little bit. Let's see.
Just to reiterate, those who do want to call in, our number is 518-563-1340. Just give us a call and let us know what you want to talk about, okay?
Okay. I also want to ask your top 3 people that have been the most inspirational in your entire life.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And it doesn't have to be in order.
Yeah, obviously my mom and dad have to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
My brother too, and Coach Frechette, and I'll just say all my buddies for pushing me when I don't feel like working. So they motivate me to get up and go to the gym and stuff.
Okay. Here we go with some questions.
Hello, you're on with the Tom Lacey Sports Hour.
Hello.
Hi, do you have a question?
No.
Who is this, by the way?
It's Carter.
Oh, Carter. Good morning to you, first of all. Do you want to say
Morning.
something to your brother?
No.
Come on now. I have something to say to you, though.
Okay.
Start hitting the books, okay? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
And also, I have to ask you, who is your favorite substitute teacher?
It's gotta be Thomas Lacey.
Okay. Are you going to be as good as your brother?
Probably not in hockey now.
Well, what other sport do you play? I didn't even know.
Football.
Okay. Good. What position you play?
I play running back.
Zach, is he a good running back?
I'd say he's pretty good.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna watch you this year. Can you skate backwards? I'm just curious.
Yes, I can.
All right. So, thanks for calling, and you're a good guy. I like you a lot, and keep working hard.
Yeah.
All right, but hit
Yep.
the books, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. Yep.
Another one? Okay. Let's see. Zach, talk about anything that right now that you want to talk about. I mean, just your how you first put on the skates and where you skated, and the mites that you played with. Are they still some of your friends, the guys you played with? And
Yeah, so I grew up playing in the Scotts Arena in Shazy, up in Shazy. I've been playing with like Sam, Keegan, Novak, a bunch of those guys. I've been playing with them my whole life, ever since we were little. And it's been pretty awesome to see everybody else, like all the journey's been growing up and seeing what everybody else is doing and stuff. So it's been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. How about, and I keep forgetting his first name, but he's also an excellent hockey player, and I know he's playing in college, Bengal.
Yeah, Sam.
How long have you been playing with him?
Oh, we've been playing with each other since we were like 2 or 3 years old.
Mhm.
We've been best buds for a while now. So he's going to play in Niagara.
Wow, that's Division 1.
He's playing in the AAU thing, so it's like club, but
Okay, that's still
it's
fine.
still really good hockey. Yeah, and I'm happy for him.
Yes. How many other players on your team might be playing in college? And
As of now, who people have graduated, just me and Sam this year, but I'm not sure what everybody else's plans are.
Okay. Let's see here. I have more. Okay. All you people that were supposed to call, Mrs. LaPier, if you hear me, get those guys to call right now, okay? I know you're there listening. You can even call too. I want you to talk about Nate Parliament.
Okay. Yeah, Nate's one of my best friends. He's a great athlete, and I'm really happy for him playing football at St. John Fisher. He's worked really hard for it, and I'm happy he's going there.
Is there a chance that you might maybe go watch him play a football game this year? It's
Yeah,
a long way.
If I come home and I have time off and he has a game, I'll go up there and watch him play. Yeah.
Okay. Also, what's your thoughts about Wayne Gretzky? Where does he rank in the top 5?
Oh, he's got to be at least top 5. I don't know, 1 or 2.
Wow.
He's-
Well,
he's-
you
yeah,
have
he's-
McDavid as number 1.
Yeah, I go Gretzky too.
Wow. I loved watching him play. Definitely. I wasn't the biggest, hockey fan. As you know, I was a basketball player.
Yep.
And Plattsburgh State, as you know, always had a great team all the time. And the coach back then, it was Bob Emery. I've had him on my show. And at 9 o'clock, we have Coach Steve Moffitt calling from Plattsburgh State. I want Zach to stay here a little bit. I have a feeling that some of those people that are delaying calling, they're probably scared. Nothing to be afraid of with Tom Lacey, just to let you know. And let's see. Again, what college, in your opinion, are maybe the top 5 that you'd like to attend? Anyone? Okay, let's see what we got here first.
Hello, you're on the Tom Lacey Sports Hour.
Hi, I got a question for Zach LaPier.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, who is this first?
It's Sam Bengal.
Thanks, Sam. I'm sorry for getting your first name.
You're all good.
Okay.
So, Zach, obviously you got a nice landed spot coming up here in the next season. How do you feel going into this as a rookie, and where you think you'll end up in the future?
Oh boy, I'm feeling good. Just just got to keep working, and hopefully I can find myself in the starting lineup.
I like that.
How were you guys as teammates? You guys worked well together, Sam.
Yeah, I think we've been playing since we were like mini mites, so like 7 years old. I mean, growing up together and playing together, it's always been fun with him, and I think it sucks to see us like go each different ways, but at the same time, I know he's going to go do great things over in Canada and have a successful career, and hopefully play at the NCAA level one day.
You are an excellent player too. I only went to one game, and both you guys played extremely well, and I can't remember what the game was, but I'm going to ask you, which of you two learned how to skate backwards first?
I don't know about that. I think we both learned at like the same time. But I don't know. I think I think we both skate very well, forward and backwards. So
yeah, I can't skate a lick, just to let you know. And I don't know how you guys skate backwards. I have no idea. I watch you guys, and I wouldn't have a clue. It would probably take me 5 years to even learn how to do that. But Sam, thank you for calling, and good luck at Niagara. I think you're good enough to make the team there, so you should try first making the team. That's my opinion, because you are excellent. Thank you for calling.
No problem. Thank you, Lacey.
Okay. All right. What was that question that I asked you? Gosh. Let's see. I'm sorry.
Before you,
okay.
I think we got another caller here.
Okay. Another phone call coming in.
Hello, you're on the Tom Lacey Sports Hour.
Oh, yes, I have a question for Zach LaPier.
Sure, who's this?
This is Big Sissy.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
I just want to know who's going to take care of him and make his breakfast when he's up in Canada.
Oh boy, I don't know. I gotta fend for myself, I guess.
He's going to starve then.
Yeah, probably.
That's a good one. He could probably, he'll be making some money to pay for his own breakfast. But can he scramble eggs? Do you know that? I mean, he
can't cook nothing.
He can't cook anything. You know why?
Well, maybe Little Caesar's Pizza.
I'll tell you the reason why he can't cook, because he's been playing hockey all his life. So I can't cook either, because I played basketball all my life, but I'm actually learning a little bit. So, but this isn't about me. This is about the two-time MVP of the league, Zach LaPier. Any other comments?
No, just want to tell you good luck.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
Bye.
Yep. And let's see. Because of my, I had a 2-week basketball camp, and okay.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
Good morning. You're on the Tom Lacey Sports Hour.
Good morning.
Who do we got here?
This is Frechette calling, coach of Beaventown High School.
Hey, thanks for calling. First of all, let me say something. That gym will be clean by the end of the day. I'm sorry.
Sounds good, coach.
Go ahead. You talk to.
Hey, Zach, how we doing?
Good, how are
you? Good. Hey, I just wanted to know, first off, Big Sissy's Mr. Rodier.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good cook. He's cooked a lot of breakfasts in those days. At senior class this year, all 4 of those boys, absolutely excellent hockey players and better young men. So, question for you, Zach. What's your most favorite memory of being a Beaventown Eagle, and what will you miss most about not being in that locker room next year?
Yeah, I'd say my favorite memory is honestly winning the sectional chip this year. Everybody was kind of like doubting us and stuff, but we proved everybody wrong, and that was probably the most memorable memory this year.
Awesome. What are you going to miss most about being a Beaventown Eagle?
Probably the culture of the team and the tightness of the team. Everybody, we were all like a family, and I'm gonna miss that and go find new friends in Carlton Place, and hopefully have the same bond with them.
Awesome. I know you're going to go on to do great things, and wish you best of luck. And to all our seniors in our senior class, thank you for all that you did for our program, Zach, and obviously Keegan and Sam and Mr. Columbus. Great group of young men right there.
Yeah.
Before you leave, Zach, talk about Coach Frechette.
Yeah, I couldn't thank him enough for giving me this, creating this opportunity for me, and I just got to go up and do my job and just make him proud.
Mm-hmm.
You always will make me proud, man. As we always talk about every day, it's attack the day and win the day, and any adversity that you're met with at any point in your high school career, you went right through it, and that's going to be the challenge every day, is to bring that standard, which I know you will. And as I told you a few weeks ago, you've got a lot of young hockey players in our area that have watched you grow up and do it the right way, and that are going to follow and root for you, and you're an inspiration to a lot of those local hockey players. So go up and do your thing, and you're going to go on to do great things. So, and as I told Coach Lacey, I think the most important thing that people don't know about Zach is the young man that Zach LaPier is, and the leadership he had in our locker room was second to none. Anything we ever asked is Zach. He checked that box. So keep going up and doing those good things, and you're going to have a bright future in front of you, man. Super proud of you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Bye.
Okay. Like I was saying, I had run a 2-week basketball camp. I'm not the most prepared today, and I apologize for that. I've been doing a lot of sleeping, I'll tell you that. Running a 2-week basketball camp, especially yesterday, was a little hectic because we handed out sneakers, and I'll tell you, it was kind of hectic, and so I'm kind of happy that the basketball camp is over, but I was very happy with everything that went on in that. And again, this isn't about the basketball camp. This is about Zach, and I want you to talk about your parents. Talk about your parents.
Yeah. They've been supporting me my whole life. Ever since I was 2 or 3 playing hockey. They've always been there every step of the way, and I'm very thankful for them bringing me to all these tournaments and just traveling a long way to play the game of hockey. And I just couldn't thank them enough. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to be number 9 at I keep forgetting the
Carlton Place.
Carlton Place?
Yeah, Carlton Place Canadians.
Okay. A lot of excellent hockey players have worn number 9 in the NHL, and I'm trying to think. It wasn't Bobby Orr. Do you know anyone that wore number 9? There's a lot of old timers.
I don't remember.
Gosh, they're honestly they're quite a bit, and it's a good number. And I don't know why someone's calling my cell phone, but. So we're waiting for Coach Steve Moffitt to call, but as we wait for him, he's actually calling from the road, and that might even be, let me just check this real quick. I'm sorry. Oops, I accidentally hung up because I'm not very technology. And I'm not very good on the computer or my phone or whatever. And when I substitute taught at Beekmantown, there are more people that would help me on computer or whatever. I really didn't know much about. How's your computer skills?
I'm all right. I can do a little bit of stuff on the computer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Probably more than you.
Oh, let's see who this is. It might be Coach Moffitt. Okay. Is this Coach Moffitt?
It is.
Okay, not too bad. Can you call the following number? 518-563-1340 right now. Okay. All right. Thanks. Yep. Okay. Coach Moffitt kind of got a little confused. He's driving right now, but he'll be talking as he's driving. I hope he's not going through New York City. So, okay, this is him right here.
Hello, you're on the Tom Lacey Sports Hour.
Hi, Tom. It's Steve Moffitt. How you doing?
Hey, Coach. We have, first of all, after I talk about your accolades, we have Zach LaPier. I want you to briefly talk about him before we go into to your questions. And I didn't even prepare you. So, yeah, he's right here listening. So,
Okay.
any
Hey,
comments?
Zach, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
How's Zach as a player?
I'll be honest with you. I've seen Zach play a couple times. Obviously he's had a great career at Beekman Town and under Coach Frechette, so he's doing well there, and I look forward to see him. From what I understand, he's playing up in Ottawa next year at Carleton Place, and we recruit that league pretty heavily, so I'm interested to see how he does in that league.
Wow. Okay. Are you actually driving right now and talking?
I am not, but I'm about getting in my car.
Okay.
I have to head down to Albany. So my son is actually in the drive, chip, and putt qualifier down in Colony. So
wow.
I didn't want to get in the car and then lose you at about a Sable. So
I know,
that's
yes.
great.
Yep. Okay, we're going to talk about some. First of all, this is Coach Steve Moffitt, the head coach at Plattsburgh State. I'm going to talk about some of your accolades as a player first. In 2010, he was named to the Plattsburgh State Hall of Fame. He has 106 goals, which is third all-time at Plattsburgh State. 203 points, which is sixth all-time. His team at Plattsburgh State has been rated number one several times. He also won a SUNYAC Conference championship many times. Before I go on, the SUNYAC Conference is so tough. And what is your toughest opponent in the SUNYAC? And every year in and year out. And tell me why.
Well, I think everybody immediately goes to Oswego just because of the history that has been there for so long. But honestly, every night is a battle for us in the conference. We don't really have too many easy nights. Everybody's so much better. The talent pool, there's just not enough there's not enough teams for all these kids that are playing, and it's just getting harder and harder because the kids are getting better and better. So there's not as many mistakes when you're recruiting too, which is a good thing, right? So it's just a lot harder to compete. Everybody's doing a good job. There's video everywhere. Like, you don't even have to leave your desk to go recruiting. I don't think that's the best way to do it, but you really don't have to leave your desk with all the video out there. So, I love playing Oswego because of the history and the rivalry, but, whether we're playing Buffalo State, Fredonia, or, Potsdam, there's always something, so much on the line.
Yeah.
During your conference games where you have to make sure that you're kind of dialed in, or you're going to lose. You're going to lose. The kids are just too good now.
Your team was excellent. This question, why did you guys struggle with Potsdam every year, or every game this year? It seems like a struggle. So, talk about that.
Yeah. So, again, it goes back. Kids are good. Everybody's good, and people will look at a record and mostly the kids on the team, our players. Oh, these guys aren't that good. They're 5-20, whatever. But they're not looking at the games that they lost, the quality of the teams that they're playing, and everything like that. They're just looking at the record. They're not watching the games. We're watching these teams play. I've seen, if we're playing Potsdam on a Friday night, I've watched them 3 or 4 games, and I know what they can do. And then, Well, for example, we played them in the SUNYAC tournament this year. We had 75 shots, and we just snuck by. Their goalie played excellent. They blocked 50 shots. In a one-game situation, like that game in particular, anything can happen. And when you get guys that are desperate to win and are sacrificing to win, they're gonna be hard out. And that's what they were. And again, they're a big-time rivalry for us.
Sure.
It's Battle of the North Country all the time. We've had, this is going back, a few years now, but we used to have a video of one of their players saying that's all they want to do is beat Plattsburgh, beat Plattsburgh. Everybody talks on Potsdam about beating Plattsburgh. So,
yep.
I mean, that's the same thing as now. It hasn't changed.
Okay, as an assistant, you helped recruit 45 all-SUNYAC players, 13 All-Americans, and even one SUNYAC Player of the Year. By the way, who was that SUNYAC Player of the Year that you recruited? I'm not...
The SUNYAC Player of the Year is probably Brian Hintz, I believe.
Okay, yep.
Goalie. He was an excellent goalie. He left after 3 years, unfortunately. Went and played pro.
Wow.
And down in Knoxville, Tennessee, actually. He still lives there. He's a pretty good goalie instructor right now. He owns his own player development company.
Coach Emery is listening, and talk about him right now. Anything you want to say to him?
Well, Coach, hopefully you are on the other line somewhere listening. We continue to talk, quite regular, whether it's about players or what the family's doing, whatever it may be. And Bob's been an unbelievable mentor for me and somebody that I've learned a ton from and still, utilize what he is, what I heard him say, from as a player and as an assistant coach. So I thought we've had a lot of, really good times together, just as friends before and more importantly than probably hockey. The game's important, but the families and the friendships are more important, and we've had a great relationship for, basically 30 years. When I got here as a player, he kind of took me under his wing and was pretty, I'm not going to say lenient with me, but, kind of knew what I was trying to do and was there to help me and support me. And, and I think that enabled me to have a decent career here. And then obviously learning how he handled many different situations as a coach has helped me, as a coach. And, certainly we wouldn't have the success if it wasn't for Bob and what he did, at Plattsburgh State for, as long as he was here.
I love Bob. And did you ever hear, did my father ever go in and talk to you guys while you were in there? Do you remember my father?
Oh yeah, remember him well. Yep. And his dog would be outside. He'd leave his dog out there when he was going for his walks. And he'd come in and watch practice and heckle the players and heckle Bob. Yeah, it was awesome.
Do you think he helped or hindered Bob's recruiting? Like if Bob had a recruit in there and my father walks in and what he could have said.
It probably helped, to be honest. Kids sometimes everybody's a little bit too serious, and to be able to joke around and laugh a little bit is always good, especially when a kid's on a recruiting trip. And he's a little nervous, and his parents are nervous. They don't know what to expect. So if you have somebody there to break the ice and share a laugh with, it's always good.
Yeah. Coach Emery just sent a text. It said, I made 3 great decisions in no particular order. Hired Kevin Uhl, recruited Steve Moffitt, the hardest I could as a player, and he said I pulled out all the stops. Did he have a tough time recruiting you?
Well, I was, like every kid that I'm recruiting now and that we've recruited in the past is, you have options, and I had, dreams of playing Division I hockey, and I'll be honest, I wasn't the best student. when I got here. I wasn't the best student. I didn't put a lot of time into it. And, my parents always said if I put as much time into my academics as I did hockey, I would have been going to Harvard. I just, at that time, it wasn't important to me. But anyway, this is before cell phones, before the internet, before text messages and all that. So it was all, phone calls. It still is a lot of phone calls, but it was different back then. I couldn't get online and check out Plattsburgh. I didn't even come on a visit, and Coach did a great job calling all the time. Not like hassling me, but stayed on the phone, talked to my parents all the time. I was doing my research. In fact, talked to Brian Riley, who's former assistant here, and talked to a bunch of guys about Plattsburgh. And I didn't really know what to do. All I knew is I wanted to keep playing hockey, and the school was secondary. And I know that doesn't sound right, but it's just how it was. It's just the truth. And Plattsburgh was the best opportunity for me at the time, and I came up with Coach Emery. I got up here on a Friday. School started Monday, and never saw campus, never been up here, wasn't on a recruiting trip or anything like that, and fell in love with it because it was a hockey school and a hockey community, and it was hard to leave now. So he did a great job, getting me up here for sure.
You're from Hatboro, Pennsylvania. What is there to do in Hatboro, Pennsylvania?
Well, Hatboro now is we're just, I'm 10 minutes, 15 minutes from downtown Philadelphia. So there's plenty going on, and now it's even more, even feels closer to the city because the city's expanding. Sure. So there's a lot going on down there, but, like I did up here or do up here, it was a lot of hockey, a lot of golf. I haven't lived there in a long time, but that's what we did.
Okay. He did. Coach Emery also said, and he also hiring Steve as an assistant was one of his top things, and he also said you're a great friend. So.
That's nice of him. Thank you.
Yeah. You have a message from you. The guy that I coached in high school, my basketball he was MVP of the league. You probably know who it is, Neil Facette.
Yeah.
He's got a question for you and a comment. He said, congrats on a great past season. Great to see former coach Neil McKay. What is it? Can you pronounce McKay?
Neil McKay.
Okay.
Yeah.
He'll be joining your coaching staff.
Yep.
Can you comment on him and how will you help the program run the future?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's great that Reed Lesswing got a head coaching job at St. John Fisher. He'll start there. Well, he started there this past Monday, and Reed did an awesome job for us, and kind of seamless transition. He kind of really bought into what Plattsburgh was all about, and the importance of that we feel, that hockey is to the community and the college, and Reed did a great job recruiting and working with the defenseman. So really excited for him to get his opportunity at St. John Fisher. I think he'll do a great job there.
Wow.
As far as Neil goes, it's awesome to have Neil come back. I've gotten to know Neil pretty well over the last maybe 10 years or so. He's been involved with the game at many different levels, whether it's college, junior, prep school, all in the Boston area.
Yep.
He's got a lot of really good contacts in the area.
Plus, his niece is playing on the women's team.
His niece is playing on the women's team. Well, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. Playing for Coach Will. Yeah. He had a second question. And as you know, I was his high school basketball coach. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that, no.
And I'm going to say this. If you're listening, Neil, he was a pain in the butt. He was a pain in the butt.
Neil was?
Oh, yeah. He definitely was. But he was MVP of the league, though. So, But and then I was a young coach. That's why I became really good friends later on. But here's a second question. It's well known you're one of the best cards of all time, and have worked hard to keep yourself in good shape over time. You might laugh at this one. You and Lace have both done some distance running. Have you ever ran with Tom in a race?
Neil, I don't know who loves this story more, you or Neil, Tom. Every time I see you have to remind me of this story, and I think Neil's the second guy that reminds me of this story. I never ran with you. However, you did draft off me for about 13 miles in one half marathon here in Plattsburgh. I do have to, I'll keep it radio friendly. I think I got home that night at about 4 in the morning, and was running at 8, and I think you were trying to earn your own personal record. I was just out there for a jog. You were out there racing. Two different stories there.
I'm going to have to say baloney on that. I don't believe you.
Well, that's the truth, because one of those days was the night I found out I was going into the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
with Coach Emmerich. And we had a little celebration. He was not there the whole night, but so we had a fun night that night.
Okay. All right, I won't say anything more about that, but
we'll leave it at that.
Okay. How is recruiting going right now?
Recruiting's good. I mean, it's tough. It's getting harder every year. There's so many good programs out there, and as I kind of talked to about it earlier, is if coaches don't want to leave their office, they can still recruit because there's so much video out there, and you don't even have to watch a full game. You can just watch the player shifts. So I can watch. Next year I can watch Zach's shifts, and if he played 20 minutes in a game, I can sit down and watch his 20 minutes, of shifts in 20 minutes and be done.
Wow.
And not have to watch anybody else, just him. So it's really easy. It's easy to find players. Okay, it's really hard to land a player. So
I understand that.
It's hard. It's hard. We just finished up, hopefully. I thought I was done about 3 weeks ago. We had a kid commit, and then he decommitted and went to another school. So that can happen.
That happens a lot these days.
Yeah, it does. So then we fought pretty hard and found another guy that we're really excited about. So I think we're done as far as, for this year. But, another kind of thought that Coach Emery always said is, you're never really done, and you're always like recruiting's a 13-month job. Like you're always you're always recruiting. You're always looking for somebody. If you can get better, you're going to try to get better. And then you start kind of looking for next year. All right, we're looking for 04 birth dates for next year. And we have a couple guys coming up here in the next week or two on recruiting visits for the following year. So you just start into the following year, and you're never really done.
I know. You're absolutely right. Do you ever get any surprises? Like, all of a sudden someone tells you, well, this guy is on campus. He's and you didn't know he was there, and he turns out to be an excellent player. Has that ever happened to you?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
We have a lot of guys that come and say, "Oh yeah, I played here, I played there. I want to come try out," and they'll come and they'll meet with the players, and they might get on open ice, and they find out pretty quickly how good these kids are, and how good the league is and hockey is, and they're like, okay, yep, that's not for me, and you never see him again. But we haven't had. I can't think of a walk-on that we've ever had here at Plattsburgh that's stuck. It's just too hard, and it's too competitive. So yeah,
I've had it in basketball. That's why I just mentioned that. Do you have your goalie back next year, or are you recruiting a goalie?
No, we have all three goalies back.
Nice.
So we're excited about that. Jacob Hearn last year played really well for us, and He was an all-conference kid. The year before that, Eli Schiller had an outstanding year, and he was all-conference and Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 2 all-conference goalies coming back, and then we have Dom Bovin, who's a freshman goalie last year that we're really excited about too. In fact, he's kind of exceeded our expectations, and I expect him to get some minutes this year and really push those guys.
Good. Who are your 3 biggest people inspirations?
Oh boy.
I know I should have prepared you for that question. I'm sorry. I put you on the spot. If you can't, don't worry about it.
No, I mean, I think, I first go to, my family.
Of course.
My dad, and my mom and my dad, and what they've done for our entire family, and my 2 older brothers, and what they sacrifice, like all hockey parents and athletic parents do with the cost that it takes to play any youth sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm finding out firsthand with my son is, and I only have 1, and
Mm-hmm.
families that have 3, what they have to do just to make sure that they're getting their kids to where they need to be. So my parents, for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
The work ethic that my dad had. In fact, I was talking about him the other day with somebody, and he was my age. He was 50 years old, and he loses his job. He gets laid off, and he had to start. He started a family business, and it's still going.
That's
whatever,
great.
30 years later, and to be able to do that, just to me, it spoke volumes about his work ethic and what he had to do. I remember him working in the, in the house in the office, and like he was there from, he'd be up 6 in the morning, he'd be doing stuff, then he'd go and work, and then he'd come back, he'd be in the work, in the office till 8, 9 o'clock. Then like, man, what's he doing? But when you're young, you don't understand.
Yeah.
You're like, man, how much work can he have? And
Mm-hmm.
but when you're starting a business or starting a team, there's a lot of hours that go into it, and so he did a great job with that. So I would go with my folks.
Yeah, I bet your son thinks the same thing as what you thought of your dad. I'm sure of it. So
at 10, I don't know.
yeah, no one knows at 10.
Right. I think you don't know until
He'll realize it. Yep.
older. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I have to ask this: your top 3 NHL players ever in order. I should have.
So I grew up in the Gretzky era, so
Okay.
he's my first. And anytime, it was funny. I was watching yesterday on the NHL Network the '93 LA Kings versus Toronto Maple Leafs game. Gretzky had like 3 goals and assists in Game 7, and I was on the phone with somebody. He's like, "Boy, you must be bored." And I'm like, "No, I just every time I see him play, I like to watch him play." And so he's my first. I also was watching a thing on Bobby Orr, and unfortunately, I never really got to see him play. But he was incredible, because he would have to be up there too. Lemieux, again, these are all guys that I kind of grew up watching. Again, if those 2 guys weren't injured, they probably would have done a lot of damage. But this kind of where we are now, I love watching McDavid, McKinnon. The guys right now, they just play with so much pace and speed, and they're so skilled. It's just, the game's really fun to watch right now.
Yes. Zach says the top player is McDavid. Well, his top player.
Yep. And if I was, he's right there too, for sure. And if I was Zach's age, I'd probably say the same thing. That's what he's watching now.
A couple other accolades that you have, and I know you don't even care about accolades. I know that you as a person, because you're very humble, but you're also a SUNYAC MVP, and I don't think people realize that. You made the Cardinal All-Decade team. Did you have any NHL possibilities when you were done? Did anyone look at you, or?
No, not when I was done. The closest I ever came was to getting drafted. I was getting when I was a midget, but I never did. And somebody from Toronto, I'll never forget it. I left the house. This is at like 3:30. I left the house, and I was living with my parents, my family. Left the house, came back. My mother was like in hysterics. It's like the Toronto Maple Leafs just called. They were thinking about drafting you. I never got drafted. Never talked to anybody. Nothing ever came from it besides that one, 5-minute phone call that I never even had. It was with my mom. So no, I never had anything after that or after college. I mean, I played in East Coast League for 2 years, and that was the extent of it. You just kind of learned.
Yep.
You learn real quick, how good a lot of players were.
Sure.
When my roommate in Florida was the 14th overall pick by the Chicago Blackhawks. Ty Jones, he was 6'3", like 215 pounds. He was 19 years old, and signed a huge ticket. Like that's when you get into the business side of things, right? Like, who are they going to play? This guy that they have a lot of money in, or me that's making a couple $100 a week? That probably not going much farther. So you learn pretty quick about the business side of things and how important it is and how good everybody is.
Of your two older brothers, who is the best hockey player of the three, including you? Who?
Well, my oldest brother was a goalie, so
okay.
We'll kind of eliminate him as far as he's a good goalie, though, really good goalie. But my middle brother got all the talent in the family. He was a really good hockey player. Just at that time, it was different growing up. But he was a really good player, and in fact, he's the best golfer in the family too. He just qualified for the U.S. Senior Amateur.
Wow.
Which is out in where is that, in Tennessee. So he actually asked me to come out and caddy for him. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So he got all the talent in the family.
Okay, that's good to hear. And hopefully he's, well, I'm not sure if he's listening, but you can download this app and listen to it anywhere in the entire world, believe it or not. I should have maybe told you that. We're going to have to end up because we end at 9:30, and I want you to get on the road to that tournament, and good luck to your 10-year-old son. How come he didn't play basketball?
Well, he might. He's pretty tall. So,
okay.
Maybe we can get him in there. He shoots hoops with our neighbor all the time. I don't know if he's any good, but I don't know anything about basketball. That'll probably be a good thing for him.
Okay. Any departing words you want to say? Anything?
Yeah, I appreciate the time, and thanks for what you're doing for local sports, and keep up the good work. And I can't wait to see what crazy outfit you have on Facebook next.
Cut it out, please. Okay, you are something else. I have the utmost respect for you, and you're a funny dude. You really are. But I root for you so hard. So good luck and drive safe, okay? Take care.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Zach.
Wait. Zach?
Be careful.
Okay.
Is he still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
All right. Be careful in the interview. Have fun.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay, that'll be it for the show. Hopefully, I wasn't as prepared as I had said earlier. I'd been running a basketball camp and been exhausted. So, but did the best I could, and you guys all take care. And tomorrow we have Missy West. So listen tomorrow, and it should be a good show. Okay, take care.
Who am I? Who's your daddy?
Chris Giroux.
We're the best! Yeah!
On Hometown Radio WIRY. This is Bob Pooler of Hometown Radio WIRY, here to tell you that we've scored some